Alright, hello and welcome back to another TFT video. Before we hop into this one, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support you've been giving me. Uh, my last few videos have been getting tons of views and it's super awesome to see all the support. In addition to that, I've noticed that not a lot of you are subscribed, and subscribing to my channel would help me out quite a bit, and it would mean a lot to me if you could uh, like the videos as well, or dislike the videos if you don't like them, because I would like to know what you think I could do better. Also, leave any comments on any builds you want me to go, or if there's anything you want me to change about the videos, because I just want to make them as good as I can for you guys, and it's you guys who decide what you like. And if you don't like something about my videos, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to respond. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and let's get right into the video. All right, that was intro me talking, and now we are into the regular video. So today we're gonna be going a very simple and old build. Ever since the set 2 came out, this has been a build that's been around for the entire time, and it's been powerful, and even though it's been nerfed and everything, it's still, as you'll be able to see from this video, still, I think, one of the top tier builds. In an earlier video, I did say I didn't want to go this build very much, but when the moment arises, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes you just need to get a win to make yourself feel better about yourself. So here I'm going to be showing you the dirty strategy known as Ocean Mages, and basically you'll just see some utter domination until the final few rounds where we are up against the other top tier guys, which also end up being very strong. Starting off, we do grab 3 mages. We get a tier 2 Vlad right off the bat, which is very helpful and helps us to win a couple of the first few rounds. He's very powerful. The cloud map, we're on a cloud map, and Vladimir's on the cloud tile, but unfortunately he's like in the corner, so it's not as beneficial for him. You can see a Vlad battle, and sadly our Vlad actually loses that one. Unfortunately, I could have put some of our items onto him or something, but so it's fine. There I get the I pick up a Nico because I was thinking maybe I could get like a woodland buff or something, but I don't know, kind of silly. Put in the Leona just for more frontline, and here you can just see the mages going to work and kind of pooping on everybody, doing really well. We're second to last pick in the carousel. We really want that Thresh. That would have been like a perfect champion to pick up at that point, because we could theoretically be making a mage, and it's a Thresh, so that would just be really helpful if you're going to go 6 mages. On this roll, actually, we pick up 3 Jaxes, and it's kind of hard to pass that up, especially if our only frontline unit is a 1-star Leona. So we do pick up the Jax just for our early game to stay as powerful as possible. Go against this guy, we get silenced, blah, blah, blah. He kind of takes us out. Unfortunate. But at this point, we're just trying to get as much econ as we can. Pick up another LeBlanc, and pick up Nautilus. Still at 20 gold, which isn't ideal for this round, but it is what it is. Going against the number 1 guy, he is very powerful and does end up taking us out. But that's alright, he is an early game build, not a late game build, so I'm actually not that worried about him in the long run. I could level up here. I do put in the Syndra instead of the LeBlanc, which we just picked up, and I was pretty confident with our 3 2-stars that we'd be able to beat the Krugs pretty easily, and we only lose, actually we don't lose a single unit in that fight, so very powerful. Here I actually sell the Nautilus because I realize I'm probably not going to put him in all that soon unless I get a Nautilus and a Thresh, so I was just kind of banking on the fact that I probably won't get one next round, so I'll just sell them for econ, and that's what I do. And I sell the Vigar for econ because I know I'm also not going to put in a Vigar anytime soon. And by the time I want a Vigar, I'll probably be able to roll one. Up against a light player, he was on, was he on a win streak? I don't know. He just had more health than me, and he was doing pretty well. But we do take him out. There's another Vigar, and then there's Nautilus. So there you go. So it kind of paid off selling the Nautilus for econ, although we would have one more Nautilus on the bench, and perhaps 1 less gold. This guy's running some Berserkers and Karma, which is not a very bad build actually, but early game it can get destroyed by more traditional builds, such as Ocean Mage. So we've already hit our 4 Ocean buff, which is all we really wanted because 2 Ocean got nerfed and it's not very strong, but 4 Ocean is still the same and is still just as good as it always has been. We make the Umbrellonomicon and put it on the Syndra as well, just because that's just a very good item for Syndra. That Malphite would also be perfect for us because we do have a sword and we don't really have anything to do with our sword besides probably making Guardian Angel. But unfortunately, the Malphite gets taken and we have to settle for the Malzahar with a rod, which honestly, a rod, not the worst thing in the world. Rolling down a little bit because there's nothing we can put in that that's that important at this point besides a Malphite. Malphite would be the perfect thing right now to get our perfect RNG up and running. Do end up winning. I made the Death Cap and put it on Syndra, so she'll be our carry for most of the game at this point. I'm thinking about putting my items onto some of my front line, but I'd rather just save them and see if I can pick up something else. Here our Syndra's just tanking their assassins and doesn't even die because of all the shields. It's pretty good. Another Nautilus. So here we would... Oh no, we do have a tier 2 Nautilus, so don't really need to pick up that Nautilus because we know we're probably not going to 3-star the Naut at this point. But pick them up anyways because we do have a lot of econ and a lot of gold and we don't really have any other reason. Pick up another York. I was at this point thinking I could probably go Summoners because that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And I do end up putting the Jewel Gauntlet onto Syndra just to make her ultimate hit just that much harder. As you can see, when she does crit, it actually does quite a bit of damage. There's 1,000 damage to that Vladimir, so that's very powerful. Get the Malphite and level up, and get one more Malphite and tier 2 LeBlanc. But we decide we don't want to go LeBlanc. We don't want to go York either. We want to go for Wardens. And here you can see there's only one more unit we could possibly get to give us perfect synergy, and that is Crystal Lux. And at this point in the game, I was thinking, wouldn't that be funny if I got Crystal Lux? And basically, I won't spoil it, but we got a Crystal Lux. Sorry, I spoiled it. I picked up the Skarner just for the other crystal buff, but here I'm realizing, oh wait, that's not going to give me perfect synergy. The only thing I can give me perfect synergy is Crystal Lux. And I really want Crystal Lux now at this point because I just want perfect synergy because I think it's fun. Tarek does end up actually being a very strong unit for us. He can get his ult off multiple times here, as you can see. And here we pick up, well, we'd love to get a Spatula, obviously, but I don't think we're going to get that since we are last pick. Although it does take quite a while to get taken. And now we just want the Chain Vest for Guardian Angel at this point. Normally, I would think to put the Guardian Angel onto Malphite, but since we actually have a Tarek in, which isn't traditional for this build, I wouldn't say, I decided to put it onto him because then if he does die, he'll definitely have had enough mana to ult, and he'll be able to still get his ult off even if he's dying. And it's actually very, very powerful and super useful. So here you can see the power. Obviously, it wasn't that useful in that situation, but he did get killed, but still got his ult off a second time, which is just that much more immunity. We're on a 9 win streak right now, which I didn't actually realize at the time, and I didn't realize we had 90 gold. And so I basically I think I just level up. No, don't level up. Oh yeah, I decide to go through this round and then the creep round, and then we'll have leveled up just through that without spending any more money. Here we go up against this guy with his freaking Deathblade Olaf, and he just murders us, silences us as well, and that guy's going to be a problem, especially if he's beating us at this point. We don't really lose to anybody else in the lobby much. Well, at this point we don't, but just him. So he's going to be the main guy we have to watch out for. Creep round, we're looking for any magical items we can get, just for more magic damage, basically. And we end up getting the Anister Iceborne Gauntlet. I decide who better to put it on than Vlad. I feel like he ults the most often out of anybody. Maybe Talia. And there it is. There's the Crystal Lux that we've been dreaming of, and we've officially achieved perfect synergy, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. It's very clean, the perfect synergy over there. If you look on the left side of the screen, it looks very nice. I like the way that looks. Don't mind that it's 3 crystal instead of 4. That would make it just that much better, but there's no way to do that without ruining the perfect synergy. So now at this point, I don't want to sell any units. I don't want to buy anything besides what we already have. I did buy the Nami, but that's because he's a 5-cost unit, and I want to get another Lux. I want to get tier 2 Lux as soon as I can. They were just steamrolling through people. Finally made it to the final 4, so I'm going to slow it down for this one a bit, just to walk through what's going on. So here we want to get our upgrades for Tark and for Lux first. Those are the most important ones. And then we want to look for Vlad, Syndra, and Talia. Syndra probably the next most important after Tarek probably actually, because she does have all of her items on her. So we really want that. And there you can just see Tarek ulted twice during this fight, but unfortunately they got into our backline and actually took us out. So that's too bad. There's a mage buff, which honestly isn't that useful for us, but he takes it anyways. So it kind of makes the choice a lot easier because there's just one magic item on the board. So just going to take that. Here I sell the Malzahar, and now I'm just rolling, looking for anything I can get. Not going to pick up any Nautilus or Thresh probably, just because they're not as useful. 3 stars, and they're just wasting money. There's one more Lux, which is super awesome. And there's our 2-star Tarek, which we got right before the round started. Going to put the Jewel Gauntlet onto our Lux as well, which is definitely a good pickup. There she goes, just one-shotting some folks. And we're up against this guy again. And his Olaf is just so powerful. Luckily, our Lux is able to take him out. And I just really want a tier 2 Lux now at this point. We're 1 away from tier 2 Talia, and 2 away from, tier 3 Talia, sorry. And 2 away from tier 3 Syndra and tier 3 Vlad. So we want those units, and we want the Lux really bad. I'm just rolling, looking down. Obviously, those units are pretty hard to get because they are 1 and 2 cost units. There's a Vlad. Sell the Nami for that one. So our bench is full. And really, those are the only units we can possibly get at this point. It would be unfortunate if we picked up a Syndra at this point, though, because we wouldn't have any room for her. So, but I'm just going to keep rolling. I stay at 10 gold just because 1 more gold for econ. And here he actually moved his Olaf, which was really smart. And he's able to get to our Lux before the rest of our backline. And our Syndra is not able to ult because of the glacial buff, which is really unfortunate. And just look how tanky our Tarek is. It's crazy. So we end up losing to him again. And now there's only 2 people left in the lobby. Unfortunately, our dragon item is not the most useful thing. I would have loved, honestly, probably like a death cap. That probably would have been very nice. But Iceborne Gauntlet is really probably one of the worst items we could have gotten. Here I'm just organizing my bench as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. So now, really, all we want to do is try and position our Lux as best we can to not get hit by the poison buff and not get hit by the Olaf. After we take out the dragon, we're going to be trying to move around our Lux and kind of bait out the other guy's Olaf switch. Tarek level 2 ult is just huge. Hits the whole team. That's so powerful. Iceborne Gauntlet pickup. Again, not the most useful thing. Although, we do get the Talia, which is not too bad. She ults very often. So, put the Iceborne Gauntlet onto her. Not too bad. Roll all the way down. I do pick up the Thresh for really no reason at that point. And I just really want my Syndras, which unfortunately, I don't get anything. Nothing that I want. I sold my other units, and again, nothing that I want. So now at this point, I'm kind of decided I'm going to try and sell my Syndra with all the items and then move the items onto Lux. Because we're probably not going to get tier 3 Syndra at this point. There, unfortunately, Lux does not crit with her ult, which probably would have taken out the Olaf and maybe made us win this round. But it is what it is. And Olaf, I think, does end up taking us all down. Scion with the insane dodge. Ugh, Olaf, so annoying. Once he gets onto our Lux, she can't ult anymore. Can't even take him out. Ugh, too strong. One final roll. And there's nothing for us, unfortunately. So I think I do sell the Syndra here, perhaps. Yep, sell the Syndra, put in the other one, and I'm going to put the Jewel Gauntlet onto Talia, because she is tier 3, so she will do a lot of damage. And Rabadon's Death Cap and Morello's onto the Lux. That's all you can do. So now I'm going to roll down, hoping for a tier 2 Lux. That's all we really want. I forget to move the Lux, unfortunately, so there's a good chance we lose this one as well. But we did put all the items onto Lux, so she will be really strong. Taric with the sick ult, Malphite as well with the sick ult. And here, she just one-shots everybody. It's crazy. The Talia gets off a sick ult onto the Olaf as well to stop our Lux from getting killed, and we end up winning that round as well. So now again, all I really want at this point is tier 2 Lux. Tier 3 Vlad wouldn't even be that much of an upgrade. So now we're going to move our Lux to the other corner because Olaf's over there, but I think he does spot that out and probably moves his Olaf as well. I'm checking to make sure he doesn't move it. And there he goes. He moves it at the last second. So I moved the Lux back. And then I thought he was going to still be watching me. So I tried to do a double move and move it back again. But I overestimated my enemy. And unfortunately, I just kind of played myself at that point. I was like, if I move it twice, he'll move his Olaf again. Oh well. It is what it is. Scion gets off a good ult. And our Lux can't ult again. Vlad takes out another guy, and we end up losing that round. But luckily, since we did so well in the early and mid game, we still had so much health. And here, he could go for the Force of Nature, but he doesn't. He goes for the Zephyr, which actually ends up being like not a bad pick either. And I don't even want the Force of Nature because there's nothing I can put in because it'll ruin my synergy. So I also don't pick up the Force of Nature, which I think that's probably one of the only times you ever see that where someone doesn't pick up the Force of Nature. I thought that was funny at the time. Warmogs, just to put on the Taric, just to make him that much more tanky, I guess. Here I'm rolling for fun at this point, because I know I'm not going to be able to afford the Lux. He kept his Olaf over there, and here I see where the Zephyr is. I see it's in the corner, and I'm looking. I see that he switches the Zephyr, so I go back home, and then I misclick. And I don't move my Lux into the other corner. It is so unfortunate because our Lux gets ulted, and I was actually scared. I was like, oh no, if that's how we lose the game, I'm going to be so upset. And luckily for us, our Taric is just a beast, and our Lux does so much damage, and she's able to get off a couple of good ults and one-shots the Olaf, which is very fortunate because she did crit on that second one. So we end up taking on the W. Anyways, that's a classic build for you. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like and comment. See you next time.